Alex Raytses. I mix monitors for the house band and the guest band and fallback for production as well.
And you're filling in for somebody.
Yeah, Chris Costello. He's the usual guy who's been here for ages, the very backbone of production and music world. And I'm lucky enough to pick up the rest of the season and make it happen.
And what's your primary role?
Mixing music for the musicians so they can hear themselves and the show elements. SNL band is quite demanding. So are the acts that show up on SNL.
Yeah.
So it could be quite a tough gig.
Now, are they working off of wedges over there, in-ears?
It's a combination of things, mostly in-ears, but then the incoming acts could be a combination of anything possible. Few members of the band are using direct mixes from me, so I set up the full stereo mixes for them. And few members have Dante controllers where they can control their own mixes. And I'm feeding them different stems of combination or different components of music, and along their own instruments and show elements. It's quite a complex web.
So there's a reason why you're one of the last people I've talked to, because every time I've seen you, you're kind of head down and working, and it's because you're really working with a lot of individuals, if I'm
correct
reading that correctly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things constantly changing. Every song is solos by different performers that need to be changed in people's mixes. It's nonstop. You can't lose your focus. Sometimes bands come in with their own monitor engineer and their own equipment. However, you always want to make a redundancy mix. So no matter what they bring in, I always have to build a backup system, backup mixes, just in case their rig goes down. Because show must go on whether or not their gear works. So if their gear fails, we switch over to me and I can just basically give them our packs and we can run with the show. Sometimes that could make things even trickier because you're not communicating with the artist directly, but yet you're matching what they're hearing just by listening to their mixes, basically. So today for Bad Bunny, everything comes through me. For the house band, everything comes through me.
Is this one primarily in-ears or is wedges or a mix of both?
Combination of both. Well, the thing is, we always have to fly along production. I have to take into consideration what music mix needs to be happy for the on-air mix. My personal preference or my agenda is secondary in this case, because it's all about having a successful show to air, correct? Mm-hmm. And I'll make sure the artist is happy, but there's some elements that I always have to think that no matter what I do, I gotta make sure that on-air mix is flawless. It's a SSL Live 500. Fantastic board. You don't see it in many places. So it was good to actually get to dive into the depth of it. As far as exactly how many ins and outs it has, I'm not 100% sure. 256. And outputs is pretty expandable. So right now it's running about 60, but it can do anything. You can upgrade it to 200 outputs if you need it. Track management, it changes depending on if it's a guest band or the house band. I prefer to have my VCAs, my actual show VCAs straight in front of me, which is right here. Inputs, and for guest bands, I would have their monitor mix masters up here, VCAs straight in front of me, because there's show elements, boom mics, things that need to be open, audience mics for applause and all this. So I prefer to have those elements right in front of me, and then on the third page I'll have all the band inputs, which usually goes up to 64. How is this show compared to other shows? It's insane. It's the biggest challenge of my life and anything I've done so far. It's nothing compared to the show. It's always changing, it's organic, it grows until the last second, and it could change right before going to air. So you as a monitor engineer, you don't quit monitoring all the information coming to you at all times throughout the day, outside of the actual music mixes. So it's by far been the most challenging, but yet the most rewarding experience of my mix life.